All right, Nerlos Live coming to you from Southern California here. It's 9:47 in the morning, Thursday, April 13th, 2017. I want to do a quick video on North Korea. Everybody's talking about North Korea, and they should. Is Kim Jong-un planning to use submarines to launch a nuclear attack? How 50 North Korean subs went missing, sparking panic in Seoul, and Tokyo fears that Kim Jong-un is adapting fleet of subs so they can launch nuclear missiles. Comes 2 years after 50 North Korean submarines went off the radar. And then this Saturday marked the biggest national day called Day of Sun. What's going on? Well, a lot of articles. Here's other ones. I'm going to read that article here in a moment, but satellite photos show North Korean nuclear site primed and ready for another nuclear test. What's going on over there? 2 hours ago on CNN, satellite photos show North Korean nuclear site primed and ready for a sixth nuclear test. Satellite imagery shows vehicles and trailers parked around that area and lots of activity, all right? Let me go back to this article right here. Kim Jong-un is increasing his underwater military capabilities and may even have plans in place to launch nuclear missiles from a submarine. It has been claimed. I'm reading from the Daily Mail. There are fears the North Korean dictator is adapting his fleet of subs so they can fire warheads amid heightened tensions with the West. Now, you couple this article, which I'm going to read a little more of, with the articles that have been coming out the last couple of days, like this one. Is there a Russian or North Korean submarine off the coast of California? Unusual Navy, U.S. Navy, aircraft patrol searches sparking fears. Ooh, several military crafts were spotted idling off the California coast on Monday. 3 low-flying planes were reportedly in the area for several hours. Well, I'm here. I don't worry. Listen, as long as I'm in California with the Holy Spirit, with Jesus, with the blood of Jesus, ain't no country gonna blow us into the ocean. All right? Yeah. I'm telling you, the promises of God state clearly that before the Great Tribulation, there will come the great resistance against the Antichrist system up until the next rapture. Watch my videos on that. Yeah, I ain't worried. But am I watching and praying? Oh, yeah. The reports have sparked concerns of a possible foreign submarine off the coast of California. The idling presence of anti-submarine military crafts hovering off the U.S. West Coast has prompted concerns of a possible threat to national security. Concerns have circulated that foreign submarine from North Korea or Russia. I'm not concerned of Russia. I am concerned about North Korea because North Korea is a satellite of the Vatican. Is a pawn of the Vatican. Is the Vatican in a desperate attempt trying to start something with North Korea? Well, didn't the Vatican start something with Hitler? Oh, it's called World War II. You know, the wars that are going on the planet, that have gone on, that are going on right now, and that are about to come to the earth and manifest, I'm telling you, they are Vatican wars. I was reading a scripture here, Revelation chapter 17, wonderful chapter of the Bible showing the Vatican's influence on the planet. Revelation 17, chapter 17, verse 18. And the woman, this is the Vatican, which you saw is that great city, hello, which reigns over the kings of the earth, the world, rules. Ho ho! The waters which you saw where the whore sits, then the Bible calls the Vatican the great whore, the great prostitute, the mother of harlots. She sits upon the nations, the peoples, the multitudes, nations, and tongues. Wow. That's verse 15. Great chapter. Verse 5, and upon her forehead, this is the Vatican's forehead, are names written, Mystery Babylon, Secret Babylon. The reason I like to talk about the Vatican behind the wars and behind the New World Order is because she tries to hide. The Bible is clear that the Vatican is hiding and trying to hide in these last days, and has for nearly 2,000 years. Upon her forehead, the Vatican's forehead, a name, mystery, secret Babylon, the Babylonian system of the Vatican. Mystery, secret, secret, secret. So I love to do videos. I do 3 shows a day, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., 10 a.m. in the morning and 2 p.m. in the afternoon, California time. Every day, Monday through Friday on Facebook Live with another YouTube top story video on my YouTube channel as well. You can go to darrellawson.com to check out 3 shows a day I do every day, Monday through Friday, and even Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Yeah. I like to expose and shine the light on this secret system, this mystery Babylon, this city that runs the kings of the earth, the countries, the governments. I could talk about countries like the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. You could throw in Syria. You can throw in Iran. You can throw in Venezuela, other countries that are pulling back from the control of the Vatican, and the Vatican doesn't like it. That's why these countries like Russia get so much bad press, because the Vatican is so scared of her. And China and the BRIC nations, yeah. Mystery Vatican, mystery Babylon, secret, the great. The mother of hookers, prostitutes, governments, intelligence agencies that work for the New World Order. Abominations of the earth. She's in charge. Revelation 17, verse 1. There came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come here, and I'll show you. What? The judgment of the great whore, the Vatican, the great prostitute that sits upon many waters, the nations. So I throw Revelation 17 in here because it has to be brought out that the Vatican controls North Korea. North Korea is a pawn of the Vatican. And the Vatican is trying to stir things up on the planet because she's scared. Mystery Babylon is scared that she doesn't have enough time to set up the New World Order before the return of Jesus. Oh, yeah. This is the Vatican calling North Korea. You're going to do what we want you to do, right? And you're going to do it now. Vatican's scared of a Russian-Chinese-American alliance. The Vatican is afraid that Trump will get the information from Russia and China of what went what's going on the planet. What really went on with Assad. What went on with 9/11. What's going on the planet. Past, present, and future. The Vatican doesn't want the truth, the true intelligence information getting to Trump. So they're trying to scare Trump into not having a relationship with the BRIC nations and countries that are and have pushed away from the Vatican. So, when you understand this, you can understand what's going on with North Korea. All right, let me just read a little more of these possible sightings of North Korean submarines off the U.S. Concerns have circulated that a foreign submarine from North Korea could be the reason for the unusual military activity off the coast of California. 3 low-lying military aircraft were reportedly seen in the area using flight tracking software, despite it not being a normal area of surveillance. Very interesting, yeah. Among the aircraft were seen was the Navy EP-3E Ares II, which is used for electronic surveillance. And listen, the Navy knows something's going on. A Navy P-3C Orion used for submarine spotting, and a Boeing P-8 Poseidon used for anti-submarine warfare was reported. Oh! U.S. military vessels were allegedly seen spanning the coastal waters from L.A. to San Diego. That's right where I live. The website stated that the Royal Canadian CP-140 Orion, which is also known for its capability to spot submarines, entered the area at one point. Very interesting. Now, I'm going to go back to the hot off the press, so to speak. The craziness of North Korea. Is Kim Jong-un planning to use submarines to launch a nuclear attack? So 2 days ago, earlier this week, you have U.S. Navy aircraft spanning the Pacific, looking for something. What are they looking for? Is the Vatican trying to use North Korea to stir up trouble? Now, I think the Vatican is having a huge headache because last week you have Trump. I believe sending missiles into Syria was a big mistake. Now, the Vatican was happy about that because that would, incur wrath from Russia and China and Iran, etc., etc. But yesterday and the day before, Trump is saying, no, we are not going to invade Syria. So that's a breath of fresh air. Yeah, that's good. That's good news. The Vatican is upset. The Vatican tries to use countries. Who can we use? Can we use Cuba? Can we use North Korea? Can we use Turkey? Can we use Saudi Arabia? The Vatican, which controls most countries on the planet, looks for countries that they can use to bring about wars on the planet. Now it looks like it's North Korea's turn to come to bat for the Vatican. Wow, kind of freaky. But the good news is that Trump has gotten off the warpath against Syria, invading it. I mean, that's crazy. That's great talk. And I've done many videos on this. On my YouTube channel, I have 1,500 videos that I've done. So that shows you I've been talking about it for a long time. And every day. And I have going on 300 new fresh videos as well on Facebook Live, on my Facebook pages. Yeah. And I talk about this every day. Listen, when Turkey had a coup against it, that was the Vatican trying to screw Turkey like they're doing right now with North Korea. Turkey is a pawn of the Vatican. And just before the presidential election in 2016, the Vatican tried to cause a nuclear outbreak from Turkey because the U.S. was storing missiles in Turkey. And the coup by the CIA, by the Vatican, which runs the CIA, was trying to stir up trouble in Turkey. But the president of Turkey, Erdogan, is that how you say his name? Said not today. Yeah, no, he pulled away from that. The Vatican wanted to cause like a World War III nuclear outbreak from Turkey, but that didn't happen. They failed in their coup attempt. Now, it wasn't just because, the president of Turkey is evil. I mean, he's not an angel. But I think he realized, I don't want to be responsible for World War III nuclear outbreak. And so I think the Turkish president, even though it looks like he is double-minded a lot of times, I think he's pulling closer to Russia, which is a good sign. And the turnaround of Trump's mind about not invading Syria is important because now looks like Trump is pulling closer to Russia and to China for allies to deal with North Korea and other issues, which is great. Because when Trump, the U.S. gets involved with China and Russia as allies instead of enemies, they prevent World War III and nuclear holocaust. It's very good. The Vatican doesn't like this. The Vatican the New World Order wishes that Russia and China would be a continual enemy with the USA. So therefore, Trump would not get the help that he needs, the U.S. needs to deal with countries like North Korea. China is warning North Korea now, you better smarten up. China and the U.S. have joined together. And if China joins the U.S. to work against crazy countries that are run by the Vatican, it's a good sign. Russia is there as well. If China's involved, Russia's also involved. Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the headlines today. Daily Express, World War III could start. Putin and Jinping may join forces. All right? Which is, they're always together. They told Obama for the last 8 years, you will not, destroy Syria. That's why Syria hasn't been destroyed yet. So it's good. It was beautiful to see. I wish Trump would have met with Putin But the Secretary of State, the U.S. Secretary of State, met with Putin, and Putin's people yesterday and this week. And so it's great. That's good. You need dialogue and communication with the U.S. constantly with Russia and China, and might as well throw in Syria and Iran. Have open communication with them all the time so that Trump doesn't get fake intelligence from the fake media and from crazy advisors he has around him. China warns against force as North Korea prepares celebration. China is warning, wants a peaceful solution, but China is warning North Korea. Don't go nuts. We will put you down. Like a dog. Article after article is going in the right direction, let's say that, in the last couple days, because people have been praying. Born again, spirit-filled people have been praying. Oh, Lord, intervene. Oh, Lord, push back the Antichrist system. Oh, Lord, push back the New World Order. Expose the fake news and give good intel, and let Trump listen to good advisors, not warmongering Vatican advisors that are trying to be pushed at him every day in the White House and in the USA. Yeah. So Trump needs to listen. But there's a war going on for his mind. There's a war going on for his ear. Kim Jong-un is increasing his underwater military capabilities and may even have plans in place to launch nuclear missiles from a submarine. The fact that China and the U.S. and even Russia now are going in against North Korea is great. Nobody wants World War III. Nobody wants nuclear fallout except the Vatican and the New World Order, because that would benefit them. There are fears the North Korean dictator is adapting his fleet of subs so they can fire warheads amid heightened tensions with the West. I mean, if you go back and the Vatican has tried to use nukes, almost yearly. Even when Obama was president of the USA, the Vatican was telling Obama to nuke parts of the U.S. Oh, yeah, if you go back and look and just type in any kind of web search, Obama tried to nuke the U.S. Ho-ho! Didn't get away with it. But it was in the news. I think the same thing happened with Turkey. Vatican was trying to use Turkey. The Vatican was trying to use Trump in the last several days to try to antagonize a war between, through Syria to attack China and Russia and Iran. But that's been pulled back. So, why? Because Jesus is intervening. It comes 2 years after 50 vessels, which account for 70% of Pyongyang's submarines, disappeared off radar, sparking panic in South Korea and Japan in the wake of tense standoff with South Korea. The only thing that's holding back evil right now is Jesus through his people, born-again, spirit-filled people praying. Yeah. According to the Daily Express, security expert blah, blah, blah told CNBC, we didn't know where they were. This is 2 years ago. One would hope that we would keep very close tabs on those that could launch the submarine, launch ballistic missiles. All of that is very worrisome because that may very well have had a nuclear weapon someday, or have it already. Listen, a lot of countries that the news says doesn't have nukes usually have nukes. The subs disappeared at that time from the radar following a military standoff with South Korea. At the time, South Korean news agency Yonhap yesterday quoted a military official as saying the development was ominous, having earlier vowed to mobilize all our surveillance resources to find the vessels. Oh, you think? Instead of spying on people on the planet, why don't you spy on North Korea? Yeah. Although security chiefs in Seoul later said it had noted that the reappearance of a large part of the submarine fleet appeared. but some were still missing. In December, terrifying satellite images emerged, sparking fears that North Korea could be on the verge of strikes from a nuclear submarine. Images taken, and there's a lot. This is just what leaks out. There's a lot of stuff that people aren't given the intel about. Yeah, but we can see enough right now of a Vatican shaking of countries to bring chaos on the earth because they don't want peace. The New World Order, run by the Vatican, they don't want peace. No. They promise peace and safety and security, but they bring destruction. But they don't want peace. Peace is the enemy of the New World Order. Peace and prosperity is the enemy of the New World Order. No, because people won't join the New World Order. You look at Brexit. The reason why Brexit is happening is because they don't want to be controlled. Britain doesn't want to be controlled by the EU. EU can go suck it. Why do we want to be part of the EU? And listen, if Le Pen gets in France, I think they'll Frexit. They'll leave the EU. The EU is falling apart and should fall apart. It is a tentacle of the Vatican. The EU is a tentacle of the Vatican trying to control Europe, to take away their sovereignty. And the breaking apart of the EU is a blessing. Images taken from above North Korea's Sinpo South shipyard prompted suggestions that the weapon was preparing to go to sea. And this was last December. Camouflage netting had been removed and supplies and equipment next to the vessel should suggest that it could be set to launch. All right, so and this is what's exactly happening today, they're saying. Wow, interesting, isn't it? This morning, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said he feared Kim Jong-un has a capability to fire missiles tipped with sarin. This is just today. The same deadly gas used to kill 87 Syrian civilians in a horrifying gas attack last week. Yeah, but not by Assad. Probably by the CIA. Probably by the Vatican-sponsored ISIS rebels, yeah. Wow. Abe told the parliamentary session, there is a possibility that North Korea already has the capability to deliver missiles with sarin as warheads. Well, that's bad, but nukes are even worse. Wouldn't you say? I think so. They're both bad. What's with the sarin gas stuff? Yeah. It's very easy to figure out who's behind the sarin gas attack on a side note here in Syria, or, what happened in Syria. The same people that spray chemtrails on the people on the planet are behind the sarin gas attack, or the chlorine, whatever gas they used. Assad is not going around the world spraying chemtrails. Who's spraying chemtrails? It's the Vatican, the CIA, the U.S. government, NATO, the UN, the British government, the Israeli government. So Assad doesn't spray chemtrails around the planet. So who's crazy with spraying chemicals on the planet? Who puts poisons in vaccinations and gives it to people telling them it's good for them? If you'll go after those people, those are the real culprits on the planet. Yeah. Not Assad. Duh. Tensions on the Korean Peninsula have escalated over continued nuclear and missile testing programs, with the United States warning it could take action in sending a Navy carrier group to the peninsula in a show of force, which is happening right now. North Korea marks the 105th anniversary of the birth of the state founder Kim II Sung, whatever, on Saturday, North Korea's biggest national day, called the Day of Sun. I would rather have the Day of Samsung and get a new phone, yeah. But leaders have in the past used the date to carry out weapons tests, and that looks like what's happening right now. Which is kind of crazy because, with all the warnings against Kim Jong-un and North Korea, you think they wouldn't set off a nuclear test, or worse, all right, anytime soon. North Korea has launched several missile tests this year, the latest on April 5th when it fired a ballistic missile into the sea off its east coast. It conducted its fifth nuclear test end of last year, 2016, September 9th. So I just wanted to shed some light so people can continue to pray. Listen, things happen when you pray. I'm talking about born-again, spirit-filled people that are praying. Yeah. Your prayers are not effective if you're not born again, spirit filled. Yeah, you might as well go bowling. So I'm telling you, is this something? Yeah, shouldn't we fear it? No, we don't operate in fear. We operate by faith. The Bible says we've not been given spirits of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. We operate in intelligence, in wisdom, and discernment. Jesus said to watch and pray and don't let anybody deceive you in these last days. So I'm shining light on the situation so people can pay attention to this and pray. Jesus is averting war and destruction to the planet in World War III. I think it's going to be averted, and I think that we're going to be protected by and large all the way up to the next rapture. When the next rapture happens, the Great Tribulation will then follow. And then during the Great Tribulation, the Battle of Armageddon, right? The Antichrist and the false prophet coming together after the next rapture to push their full final agenda, to push a one world government, the New World Order, yeah. But until we leave, they're going to have a very hard time. Because why? We pray, Lord, your will be done with North Korea. Lord, your will be done with Turkey. Your will be done with the nations of the planet. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's the Lord's Prayer every day. People should pray that every day because, listen, this is part of the solution, all right? The fake media, the Vatican, they would love to bring about a nuclear holocaust using North Korea. They don't care. The wars that are happening right now, the wars of the past, guess who instigated them? Guess who was funding them? Guess who was propping them up? Guess who loves depopulation and war and death and famine and pestilence and earthquake? The Vatican does. That's why I read the scriptures from Revelation 17. The woman, the Vatican, is that great city which reigns over the kings, the governments of the earth. We got to make sure she doesn't have her full reign while we're here. All right, Daryl Lawson live signing off for now. I'm going to do a live show right now on Facebook Live, and then I'll be back in the afternoon to do another one at 2 p.m., 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. All right, go to my website, DarylLawsonLive.com or DarylLawson.com. They both get you to the same place. See all my videos. Like I said, I have 1,501 as of right now, April 13th, 2017, with this one included. You can see all that and more at DarylLawson.com, all my social media posts and pages and outlets. All right, Daryl Lawson live signing off. Go to my website, DarylLawson.com, and I'll see you live here in a moment on Facebook Live. Daryl Lawson live signing up. I'll see you later. See you online. God bless you. I love you. Bye for now.